the hardworking, middle class kind of person. That's what Tesla was for hair metal fans.
You see them if you see them do it live and they nail it, you're like, holy shit, this band is tight.
I could do great radio controversy and come up with the top 10.
Because they always did exactly what the fuck they wanted to do.
Tesla's never been a fucking trend chasing band, and I love that about them.
You're guilty of crime in the first degree. That's so great.
It's fucking, I don't know if I was listening to fucking Bryan from the hair band Basement or Pavarotti. What's up?
Frank Hannon is insanely underrated as a guitarist and a songwriter.
And it's only been certified platinum. Are you shitting me?
Just all of a sudden,
Hey, we relate to the lyrics because we're kind of sensitive that way.
we can find deep meanings in things.
That's right.
No, I'm smoking some weed, drinking a shitload of beers, and fucking the fat chick. That's right.
Charlie wants to tell you to come join her OnlyFans because you can see 8 boobies. That's right. Yeah, 8 boobies.
The more I drink, the more I smoke, well, the better she looks.
Yeah. There hasn't been that many fucking cum or dick jokes later. Fucking I'm gonna need you guys to help me out here.
Go fuck yourself.
You got the triple B's, not the triple D's right here, buddy.
Charlie's got the triple D's.
This episode brought to you by Massengill.
Wow.
Well, at least he didn't get into bestiality like Bryan did. That's good.
The hair metal guru from Warren to Crew. The hair metal guru. Never forget Charlie too.
Welcome to the Hair Metal Guru. My name is Anthony. They call me the Guru. And we got 4 of these sexy bitches back for a mini roundtable because it is time for Tesla to get their own video. We've talked about Tesla numerous times throughout the course of the channel, but they've never gotten their own, and man, I don't know about you guys, but this is one of my favorite bands of the genre, and I feel like they're kind of not forgotten, but they just don't really get the credit that some of the other big bands do. So today we're going to give them their credit, and we are doing the top 10 songs from Tesla. With that, let's meet our round table. Right below me, where he loves to be, I know it, is Bryan from the Hairband Basement. Bryan, welcome back to the show.
You sure do look good from down here.
Right.
All right, I'll get through my stuff. Find me at HB Basement on X, formerly known as Twitter. And you can listen to my show on Station Head every Friday night, where I play the deepest of tracks, the rarest of bands, and the little-known songs from the biggest named artists. So you will not hear Pour Some Sugar on Me or Here I Go Again. Definitely tune in. I got a bunch of regulars that come on. We're always sitting there chatting about music as I'm playing some good tunes. So check it out.
Awesome. Will do. And right beside him, we got Jeremy, who is the drummer for the band Abrasion. And we should probably mention that these guys are doing a project called City to City. So I'm excited to hear about that. Jeremy, welcome back to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys. Great to be on with you again. Excited to celebrate this band as they much deserve to be celebrated. So thank you for having me on, bud.
You bet. And right beside me, we got Jay Brannon. Jay is the guitar player for the City to City project and his band in Iowa, Stone Park Ritual. Jay, welcome back.
Always a pleasure. Glad to be back.
And hey, while I got you here, this is in the week after I hosted my first episode of Hair Metal Mansion. It's on Rock 101 KLOL out of Houston. And you can, if you go find that website, and I'll put a picture of the webpage, and you can listen to that straight from the app on your computer or on your phone. It's every Saturday night from 6 to 8 Central Time. Hair Metal Mansion, such a great opportunity, and I love doing it the first time. So hey, check that out every Saturday night, and follow me on X at Hair Metal Guru. There's a bunch of us who are talking hair metal all the time. Come in and join the conversation. Okay. I think we're gonna do this rotation. We're gonna go Bryan, Jeremy, Jay, myself, and let's get into it. Bryan, what is your number 10 song from Tesla?
My number 10 is the song that made me a fan of Tesla, Heaven's Trail, No Way Out. Saw this obviously from the Great Radio Controversy. Saw the video on Headbangers Ball. I'm like, who the fuck are these guys? I got to get this album in my life. Bought the CD, actually on X, formerly known as Twitter. I did post a picture of the CD I still have. all those years later from in 1989. And oh my God, what a great fucking song. I mean, I had the beginning to it. You know, I'm on a slick trip, always ready to kick ass up on the stage. I'm in a rage. Yes, I'm having the time of my life. Yes, indeed. What a sweet, sweet life it is. What a great fucking song. And that just made me a fan. That one song right there. That's why it's on my list.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm not going to talk too much.
And I'm right behind you on that one, Guru. I mean, we'll make an appearance on my list as well. So
I think I used to underrate the Great Radio Controversy.
I think I did in our roundtable. We did.
Yeah, I was always like, yeah, it's good. It's got Love Song on it. And now, like, since we've been doing this channel and doing stuff like this, and I've gone back to revisit, I'm like, fuck, the Great Radio Controversy is excellent. And I kind of just used to be like, it's good. So it's gained in favor for me over the last year and a half.
You can almost pick 10 songs on an album alone.
Top
10.
Yeah. That's what I told my wife upstairs a couple hours ago. Like, I could do Great Radio Controversy and come up with the top 10.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, I was telling your wife that the other day when we were hanging out too.
That's what that's what she was saying.
Wow. You live close, don't you? Just drive there and kick the shit
That's
out.
right.
He's like
friends like these.
Take his dog too.
He's like, he lives about 3 hours away, but I can get there in an hour now, motherfucker.
Yeah, 3 hours ain't that long for an ass kicking. There's no way.
Right.
It's not.
Just kidding, Andrea. You're awesome. Okay, Jeremy, what's your number 10?
All right. Mine is actually from the first album. It was the first song I heard, and my cousin came up from Bismarck to trade tapes. That's what we did every time he came. And one of his, he was going to give me Tesla for 3 of mine. I don't recall what I traded him. But the first song he played for me starts with the lyrics, "I can't believe this fucking world in which we're living in." And that's from Too Late for Love. And that song came on with that line. First time I had heard Jeff Keith's voice. And my dad just happened to walk in the room that exact second when that line was being said. And I look up and I'm like, yeah. I'm like 13 years old at the time. I'm like, yeah, they said that. So that's got, like Bryan just said, it hits different when you're young. That was my first take of Tesla, was that line. And boy, they couldn't have been more true to form. And so that's my number 10 right there.
Yeah, if your dad's going to walk in on something embarrassing when you're 13 years old, that's probably the best option you got.
Tesla's probably
Damn right. Damn right. Yep. It didn't leave him scarred for life.
Hand lotion logo somewhere right about here.
You spend so much time trying to keep your face soft and smooth.
But what about your penis?
But aren't you forgetting something?
Yeah, your penis.
New Jergens Extra Dry Skin Lotion's kind of attention.
And the thing that needs attention is your penis.
New Jergens was enriched with even more natural moisturizers that help smooth away dry, dull skin.
Especially the skin on your penis.
Revealing the healthy glow hidden underneath. The result? A whole new
penis.
New Jergens Extra Dry Skin Lotion helps smooth away dry, dull skin.
Now you feel happy about your penis.
I mean,
yeah, Jergens owes me some money because this is ridiculous, all the fucking pre-promo I get them. Okay.
Well, or at least they could send you a free case, for your own use.
Oh, don't worry, I've got plenty back over there.
He gets a gallon of
empty bottles
per episode.
You didn't send all that out to Ryan, huh? I thought he needed that for his Mike Tramp experts.
Jeez. Oh, he's never gonna live that down. Holy fuck.
Ryan said he has the most strawberry smelling penis in all of California.
All
right.
What's his face? Jack Russell met him. I forgot. At a club or something. And Mike Tramp was like, "Oh yeah, I'm a vocalist too. I'm a singer." And Russell was like, "You're a singer, and you look like that? I can't fucking compete. I can't compete with this."
Hey, speaking of Great White, I just got so I was supposed to interview George DeLevo from Rhino Bucket last night. He canceled. He had some family emergency, but I confirmed with Great White's publicist. I'm interviewing Mark Kendall, their lead guitar player, this Monday at 4 p.m. So
sweet,
nice.
Awesome.
All right, Jay, what's your number 10?
I got a little bit of several different Tesla albums here. First one is off Forevermore, the song I Want to Live.
Oh,
I think it's a very good driving tune. Um, obviously they haven't had the hit power, since the '90s, which, let's be realistic, most fans don't listen to the newer music. If they did, they would find some very solid stuff on any Tesla release after 2000. Um, I'm a fan of quite a bit of it, but yeah, it's a great song. If you like the old stuff, you should probably dig this tune as well. So that's my number 10.
Nice.
I have Forevermore. I have Into the Now. I enjoy them. And shit, I wonder if that's because there was a song off Forevermore that I was thinking I might make.
I remember they made a video for this song.
Yeah.
And I mean, pretty kick ass video at that. So,
Right. Okay. Awesome.
Great.
My number 10 is fucking, I think Bryan and I share the same brain because mine is also Heaven's Trail, No Way Out, and epic song and shit. You weren't getting. I mean, listen to these lyrics. No, there's nothing like the real world to get me down. Nothing like the world outside turns me upside down. Makes me feel like I'm heading down a one-way dead-end street. There's no way out of this living hell.
Oh, so
And
good.
oh, that's so good. And
Yeah, who's not listening to read that and hearing the song in their head?
yeah,
100%, man. Yeah.
exactly. And so, and I've always said this, like I loved about hair metal that they could do the dark, like those are some dark lyrics right there. And then they could do the pump you up shit and a lot of other genres. They can never go into the fun side of music. So hair metal did that. Tesla did it very well. That song has some upbeat shit. Bryan went over those lyrics. And then part of that song goes down into the darker side of life. Oh, such a great song. Heaven's Trail, that's my number 10.
Yeah, it's a good tune.
Yep.
Cool
Okay.
video.
Yeah, shit. I know.
Yeah, weren't they in like a junkyard or some shit with
You
flames?
bet they were with cinder blocks and everything all around them and flames.
Who's the guy who played the solo with the slide? That's just a killer
Hannon.
solo.
Hannon.
Hannon, yeah.
Yeah, Frank Hannon was killing the slide, yeah.
Yep. Okay, we are on to our number 9s. Bryan, what do you got?
My number 9, probably a lot of people's first introduction to the band. I just heard this on, like, was it a Hair Nation a couple of days ago? I'm like, fuck, this is still a good song. Modern Day Cowboy from Mechanical Resonance. It's still just a killer song. I mean, I got Great Radio Controversy first, and when I was a kid, I get a album by a band, go buy their back catalog. They only had the one, so I got this. It starts with that it just hits you, just all of a sudden. But then it starts going like a little more gentle and goes into the lyrics. And lyrics start about just two gunslingers facing down each other at high noon. Then it talks about gangsters, and then it goes into the Cold War. Hey, kids, if you know what kids are watching this, but if you remember, we almost nuked the shit out of each other back then. Then I had the line, shit, where the hell is it? Here we are, we've come this far, but it's only getting worse. Foreign lands and their terrorist demands only cause the good to hurt. The USA, the USSR, with their 6 guns to their sides, I see the message written on the wall, too much anger deep inside. And like you said with the lyrics, for a quote-unquote hair band, though some would debate whether Tesla is or not, that's just some deep shit. Just like that whole concept of people facing down each other to kill each other and going from, like I said, the Wild West to the 20s gangsters to fucking superpowers ready to nuke the shit out of each other. Just and doing it in a killer way. Great tune. Just a great tune.
I think you brought up a good point, or that like it's debatable about Tesla being hair metal. I think Tesla is the number one band that often gets lumped into hair metal, but most people, a lot of people are like, they're not fucking, they never experimented with the glam image.
No.
People say they're not hair metal. I'm like, I get it. I get it, but they were a big straight ahead rock band at the same time, so they tend to get lumped into it, maybe undeservedly so, but fuck, I mean, it's a great band. So whether they're hair metal or not, I include them because I fucking love them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like I'm not going to complain if like Hair Nation plays a Tesla.
Yes.
Song. Get out of here.
Exactly.
I play them on my show, so I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Jeremy, you're number 9.
All right, number 9. And Jay, I'm going to defer to you on this one, bud. I didn't get the memo that we were supposed to rehearse all the lyrics before we did this episode. Did you?
Nope. Apparently, that fucking carrier pigeon just forgot to drop off that bottle here. So
It did, but then it froze its ass off and fell like a stone out of the sky.
where the fuck is Ryan at when we need
Frozen
him?
hell
I mean,
you live in.
he's the singer. I mean, he should be able to be on standby for lyrics for us, Jeremy. I mean, it really just should work that
It's the
way.
internet, dudes.
I'm just kidding. No, I know. I was watching last episode. I figured out why it was 2 hours long. Guru literally sang every song that he picked.
Hey, I usually put my notes together and put the lyrics in there, but I was cutting it short before we went on, so I just got the lyrics up on my phone. I'll be reading off the phone.
Well,
I
here's
know.
the thing.
It all in.
Every now and then when I've had some lyrics thinking, gee, I like how Bryan puts them in and how Guru puts them in. And every time I have something written down, one of you motherfuckers says it before I get a chance, just as it works. So I kind of gave up on that.
Yeah.
I mean, just slightly.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking of the viewers, and I know their time's precious, so I'm not going to do a bunch of lyrics.
Hey, we relate to the lyrics because we're kind of sensitive that way.
We can find deep meanings in things.
That's
It's
right.
sensitive, huh?
That's right. We're young, sensitive, and sensive to a woman's needs.
Yeah, we got this. What do you?
Oh, I smell
a
a
douche?
huge stinking steaming pile of bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah. This episode brought to you by Massengill.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, let's get on to Jeremy's number 9.
Okay.
With that
I'm
fresh Guru
I'm
feel.
sorry, guys. Okay. My number 9 is from Bust a Nut. I know before the show we were talking about this album a little bit, Guru. Some of you guys aren't so big on it. I actually love this album. I could put it probably in my top 3. But this is from that album, and it starts off really slow. It builds as many Tesla songs do. You know it's coming. You can feel it, but it never gets old. It's like what's going to happen, just like watching a Hallmark movie. You could say the whole plot the second the movie starts. Who's going to do what? That's how many Tesla songs are, but they do it so perfectly that you just can't wait to get onto it. And this one is Shine Away from Bust a Nut.
Oh, yeah.
Freaking love the way that song builds and builds and builds until the climax where it just gets into the chorus and drops her down for you.
Did you just say climax?
I did.
I was gonna say. He said, if
Are
you
you
know it's
talking about the
coming,
thing-
bust the nut and climax, and Gru didn't have any jokes. Right? That's like, come on.
I was just
It's like-
taking it
I
all
was
in,
wondering
man.
If he was thinking of
No,
the
pun
80s
intended.
band by the same name,
That's right.
or what's happening below the level of the camera in his room?
Well,
no,
as
nothing.
long as we don't see Guru's camera shake, I think we're okay.
That's right. Charlie's sitting right here. She's like, "Where's the peanut butter? What's up?" Okay. All right. Jay, what's your number 9?
Off of Psychotic Supper. Call it what you want.
Okay.
I love
It's
that song.
lone
That's a good
entry
tune.
off of that release for this list, but it's a great, catchy, upbeat song. To me, Tesla has a lot of songs that kind of fit that demeanor. I mean, Bustin' Nut, gets a little heavier, a little darker, and there's the occasional dark moment. But other than that, I mean, Tesla is feel good, hard rock at its best.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you never did get like the party sex shit,
No.
Tesla. I mean,
Very,
they were always
very-
a little bit more serious. I mean,
Yeah,
they had
very, very
positive
There
lyrics.
are some songs. There are some songs.
Yeah,
Like Blue
But
Collar.
it's not like other bands at the time now.
yeah.
Not
Not,
close.
not like what you were getting from other bands. Yeah.
No.
For the most part, Tesla is like a working man's
That's right.
Yeah.
heavy metal.
You
I
got
mean,
it.
Yep.
We're like
It's
fucking the heavy
everything a
metal
little bit
Bruce
more serious.
Springsteen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. My number 9 comes off fucking Mechanical Resonance, and I'm just going to be honest, that album's going to be heavily represented here because I think that it's shocking. I remember when we had to cover that in an earlier video, and I was looking up information on it. I was expecting to find out that Mechanical Resonance went like triple platinum. I was just sure it had. And it's only been certified platinum. Are you
Yeah.
shitting me? Like, I think that's one of the all killer, no filler albums of the whole genre. And so it didn't really have the big huge ballad on it, but anyway, there's so many great songs that weren't even singles, and this is one of them, and it's Rock Me to the Top.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just straight ahead, fucking hard rock gloriousness. The chorus won't leave your brain, and I felt like it could have been a single, but it wasn't. But man, great song, and comes off. That's my favorite Tesla album. It comes in at number 9.
Nice.
I almost had that on my list, but I just had there's no room. There's no room for just that. So that is a great tune.
Yep. Okay, we're moving on to the number 8s. Bryan, kick us off.
My number 8 is from 5-Man Acoustical Jam, the only one off of this album I have here, but it's their version of Love Song they did live. I think this version is way better than the studio version. The studio version is good, but just the way this, it's just so good. It's acoustic for most of the song, and when he goes, "Don't you even worry, Philadelphia, I know you'll find love again." It's like the crowd goes nuts, and then at the end, the only time they have an acoustic guitar, I think on the whole performance, they kick into the solo, and it's just epic. And the end of that song, it builds up to that explosive ending, and it is just glorious. Such a great version of the song. Almost 10 minutes of epicness. That's my number 8.
I was never a big live album fan, so I never really sat and listened. But that, I mean, because it's so different, it's all acoustic. It was so different than this stuff. So that one actually I find more enjoyable than a lot of other live albums. And that's a kick-ass version of Love Song. Shit.
Yeah, it's I like it better than the original.
Nice.
The original's fucking great. I mean, say it's not, but I'll put that version on anytime, any day of the week over the other one.
Charlie wants to tell you to come join our OnlyFans because you can see 8 boobies. That's right. Yeah, 8 boobies.
God.
Okay. All right, Jeremy, you're number 8.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw out a little alliteration. This is to my beautiful bass player, Bryan. We got the triple B's, not the triple D's right here, buddy. This song starts...
I'm working on them.
Charlie's got the triple D's.
Yeah,
I know. I had to do it.
T's.
Right. But anyway, yeah, this one starts off with just a killer bass line. It's from frickin' I'm drawing a blank. Psychotic Supper. If you listen to the tape, I believe it's the first or second track on the second side. But it's just got a killer low bass line, and it gets into this rockin' tune, and it's Freedom Slaves from Psychotic Supper. One of my absolute favorite choruses of Tesla, right off that album.
Yeah, shit. I forgot about that.
Bryan Wheat's an underrated bassist.
Yeah, for sure he is. For sure he is, yeah.
He has a book out. I want to buy it just because I'd like to hear about the early history of Tesla.
I bought it last year. It is a damn good read.
Is it? Shit.
Yeah.
I need to get that. Fuck. Okay.
Good to know.
All right. Awesome.
Was it him that was married to Soraya?
No, wait. I guess I shouldn't say. I don't know. I know it was someone in
Tesla. I thought it was him. It's either him or the guitarist. I forget which one. It didn't last long, but
no offense, but if you look at Bryan Wheat, it doesn't look like it'd be him. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
Yeah, but he's a goddamn rock star. That's all you need.
Amen.
You know?
Yeah.
Even Meatloaf got laid.
That's true.
Come on.
Oh yeah. All right, Jay, what's your number 8?
That is said already. Heaven's Trail. I like I really do like the beginning of it. It's got like a swing swagger to it.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I mean, it's the cool ass guitar riff also, especially the ding, ding, ding part in it.
What was that again?
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, can you do that one more time?
Anyway,
What a bunch of penises.
you guys mentioned Brian Wheatson, underrated bass player. Frank Hannon is insanely underrated as a guitarist and a songwriter.
You're right. You were so right about that. I'm sorry, continue, but you're right.
But not much else I can say about the song that hasn't already been mentioned. Great fucking tune, and that is my number 8.
Yeah.
But you're so right. Hannon really doesn't come up on any great guitarist lists from the genre. Never comes up.
No, but if you remember that metal show on VH1 Classic,
Yeah.
he sat in once or twice,
Yeah.
and Jesus Christ, he played some badass riffs. I'm sitting there watching it, like, huh? I mean, just extra appreciation because I mean, you had Modern Day Cowboy. That opening riff of that song is fucking genius.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great
Well, the
work.
reason why they did that with the musicians on the show, they didn't want to pay for the rights for music. So they figured, let's just get the guys in and just, play shit, just make up stuff, just jam.
Oh, what the heck?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
I like when they add that dynamic of the show.
I thought it was great. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think one thing with like saying about Frank Hannon not getting credit, we were talking. I think it was Ryan and Mariah. We were talking about Def Leppard, and Ryan was like, "You never hear Joe Elliott get credit for being a great singer," but I think
He doesn't deserve it.
Def Leppard and Tesla, they didn't have like the superstar, like all the band. They go up and they play, but it wasn't like, oh, you focus on, like, if you go to a Guns N' Roses show, you're going to look at fucking Axl and you're going to look at Slash, and everybody talks about those two. But there's not like, okay, when you talk about Def Leppard, this is your main guy. When you talk about Tesla, yeah, Jeff Keith has a great voice and Frank Hannon's a great guitar player, but you just don't talk about them like as a superstar. They're always thought of as one unit. And
Yeah, no one
You're
says,
right.
"Oh, I really like X from this
Yes.
band." These bands, you're
That's
right.
true.
exactly.
Yeah.
So, okay, I think we're on my number 8, and here's my second track from Mechanical Resonance, and it's the fucking opening track, Easy Come, Easy Go. Again, not a single shit, and I damn near wanted to have Coming at You Live. I was trying to pick between those two for this spot. That's a great song too, but Easy Come, Easy Go kind of has that moody intro that builds up and then fucking it just rips your face off. And unbelievable song, unbelievable album. Easy Come, Easy Go, my number 8.
Nice.
I'll be talking about that one later.
Okay, I figured. Okay, all right, we're on our number 7s, Brian.
My number 7 from Psychotic Supper, Edison's Medicine. Such a goddamn good tune. The guitar just kicking into the song, and then I just went blank on his name. Fucking the vocalist,
Jeff Keith.
Jeff Keith, going, "You're guilty of crime in the first degree." That's so great. Second and first as well. My jury finds will be serving your time when you go straight to hell. Such a goddamn good tune. I like the way how they have the part with it, the chorus is "Man at a Time," and the second time they do that again, then go into Edison's Medicine with that killer guitar sound, and just the subject of the lyrics. If you don't know history, Edison was a fucking dick.
Yes.
He ripped off shit. He did dirty shit to get his inventions out there. The guy fucking fried an elephant to show unsafe his competitors. Was it AC? I can't remember which one it was. The AC or DC current. I forget which one it was. He fried a live elephant to show that my rival's version of electricity is dangerous. Don't use it. So he was just a dirty piece of shit. And to write a song about how Tesla, the actual inventor, got fucked. Oh, what a great concept. And a great way to put it together. Yeah, one of my favorite tunes off that album.
Brian, I heard you singing a little bit there. I think Ryan might have some competition in the singing category because fucking hey, I don't know if I was listening to fucking Brian from the hair band Basement or Pavarotti. What's up?
Slow down with that. It's neither. You don't hear me again.
Hey, we need to get everybody else kicking in some fucking choruses here because
hell yeah,
digging that.
and they have some powerful choruses.
That's right.
Mhm.
That's right. Okay. All right. Jeremy, you're number 7.
All right. I'm glad you brought that stuff up that you just talked about, Brian. My wife is going to love that little segment. She's so into the Tesla show and movie, and she agrees that Edison was just an absolute prick. She loves all that, and she always wonders where Tesla came, up, why they cared so much about that stuff. But there was a little backstory, but I'm not going to bore all of you with that. What's that?
Because there's one part of the song where he says, "I've done 12 years of hard time. Those were the best days of my life." And it didn't hit me until I was older. He's talking about being in school and not learning about Tesla and saying how these other inventors are the ones that you're taught about, but no one talks about Nikola Tesla. And as older now, I'm like, oh shit, that is brilliant. They put that in there.
It is. Yeah, it is.
To cut you off.
No, it's all good, man. The history is definitely worth talking about, but maybe for at another time. But anyway, what number am I on? Number 7? 7. Okay. This one also comes from Bust a Nut. As I said, I'm a huge fan. I loved how heavy they got on this album. They were changing with the time. They were getting more trying to stay relevant, if you will, and instead of getting all dark and depressing, they just got heavier. They dropped down a half step or a full step and just got ballsier with this album. And I love that because I love the heavier side of things. So I got Action Talks right here from Bust a Nut. That's where I put that tune, yeah. So once again, that heavier side of Bust a Nut, which there were a lot of featured on that album.
Yeah, I liked, and I like Bust a Nut. I feel so strongly about the first few albums that, but you're right, and I like that they didn't try to go grunge.
Yeah,
some bands put a lot of grunge elements, but they just heavied it up, and so I thought they stayed true to themselves. Which is Tesla's never been a fucking trend chasing band, and I love that about them.
Yeah,
but they also went like darker and a different route, like we've said before. Psycho Schizophrenia from Lillian Axe, Dog Eat Dog by Warren, Pull by Winger. And we never bring up Bust a Nut by Tesla because they went a little different direction with that one because of the times as well, and did it well.
And shit, I just read something about Psychotic Supper and how the drug abuse and the shit was starting to get a little bit crazy. So by the time they recorded Bust a Nut, you had to expect it was gonna be darker because the fun days, were over, and some of that shit. I mean, right after that, Tommy, whatever. How the fuck do you pronounce his last name?
Skiach.
I've heard people say Skio. Whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, because he left shortly after Bust a Nut because I think it was heroin.
Yeah.
So
heroin. And I remember reading in a Circus magazine an interview with him. I guess he was getting into like Satan worship and shit too.
Holy hell!
Something like that.
What?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Wow.
Well, at least he didn't get into bestiality like Bryan did. That's good.
Hey, well, you want hanging out with that cute dog.
And mentioning her 8 boobs all the time.
Hey, she had puppies. I had to count. All right. All right. Shit. That was Jeremy, and we're on to Jay's number 7.
Oh, keeping with Bust a Nut, it was my first one off it. A Lot to Lose.
Yep.
Oh, you bet.
Great ballad. Definitely underrated. Just like basically everything Tesla did, because they weren't the trendsetters. They weren't the marquee. They were always a great supporting act, if you will. Although musically speaking, I think they would smoke basically 75% of the bands of the genre, even though that they're not exactly hair metal. But you get where I'm going with this. Yeah. Tesla's great example of hard rock, and they stayed that way in the 90s. A little heavier, but great shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good point what you said about them being an opening act and how good they were. Yeah. Well, on X, formerly known as Twitter, when I posted pictures of my copy of Great Radio Controversy, a lot of people were responding saying, I saw them open up for this band, and it blew my mind. They blew the headliner away, all this shit, and how good they are. And it's fucked at how
if you look at their catalog, the hits that they had enough hits and popular songs, they could carry an arena or
Yeah.
Coliseum to
You bet.
20,000 seaters or whatever. But the only time I remember them playing a decent sized venue tour wise would have been around that time, and Firehouse was their supporting act.
Mhm.
Other than that, you think about it, they toured with Def Leppard, they toured with Motley Crue, they toured with whoever.
Yeah.
It was always your big name and Tesla.
Yeah. Yeah.
I first saw them on the Bust a Nut tour, and I can't even remember who opened because they were the headliner, but it was at a venue that would probably seat around 3,000. Jeremy, it's the Fargo Civic
Yep.
in Fargo, and so there was a couple thousand. Which shit, I thought in 1994 was a pretty decent turnout for a band associated with hair metal. So
Yeah.
but yeah, they were. I mean, like we can say, yeah, shit, they should have been a headlining band, but I don't think they ever, they were never, I don't know, given that opportunity. I thought they probably should have been on the stadium tour instead
Yeah.
of Joan Jett.
Amen.
But I think they
I
wanted to have
agree.
a girl, but I think the natural neck, because and they're all together, or at least they were. But I thought Tesla would have been a solid fourth option for that, or maybe Rat if Rat had been reunited. But Tesla, great live. Jeff Keith pulls off all that shit live. So
Yeah.
All right, my number 7 is my first track off Psychotic Supper. Great album. I got a couple songs in there. And this is Song and Emotion. And it's the tribute to Steve Clark. They toured with Def Leppard a bunch when they were just getting going on the Mechanical Resonance album. And that's, fuck, you're talking about Def Leppard, Hysteria Def Leppard.
Yeah.
I mean, if there was any tour that you wanted to get on to get going, was that tour. So they got to hang out with him a lot, got to know him. And so, I mean, geez, to me, this song has some of my favorite Tesla lyrics. And it starts off like this. I see him there most every day, a lonely man and his guitar. In his eyes, I see the pain of the faces and the places, all the trouble that he'd seen. Now, it's got to do one more stanza. There was a time, there was a day, they'd come from miles around, they all knew his name, but days gone by are gone, now only memories remain. I thought that was one of the best tributes, and you didn't, I don't know, I'm trying to think of other songs where somebody did a tribute to another band, and but Steve Clark dies in 1991. They put this album out, and I thought it's a phenomenal song and a great tribute. So that comes in at number 7.
Love that. That's coming up in mine. Yep.
I could think of a few tributes, but I mean, I'll tell you later.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Okay. All right. We are on to our number 6s. Bryan, what's your number 6?
My number 6, some great radio controversy, Be a Man. I mean, Tesla is the perfect band for a song like this. You're not going to have Poison and Makeup sing this. You're not going to have Cinderella in their leather and lace. You're not going to have Pretty Boy Floyd with pink guitars. No, fucking Tesla's telling people how to be a fucking man. That's really the only band that's going to do it. And let me read some lyrics. And now I had to put out my phone because I didn't have time to fucking type this shit out. Come on. But I always liked busting ass all day just to put food on the table. I always will for as long as I'm able. And I like later how he talks about being in a band. And it's now I've been through it all, seen the good, the bad, the ugly, always taking care of my share of responsibilities. Now, just because I grow my hair and play in a rockin' band, old folks always telling me, boy, why don't you grow up and be a man? Ah, great shit. Just great lyrics by them. Always love that one. That's my number 6. Great tune.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely. Completely agree. Okay. Jeremy, what's your number 6?
All right. Number 6 comes from Great Radio Controversy. It's the second track after one of my other favorite songs, which is coming up too. But second track off that album, Lady Luck. And I just thought, Tessa does such a good job of talking about being down on your luck. Like we talked about with Heaven's Trail and a couple other ones. Brian, you just mentioned it as well. They kept it so real. They really did, without being depressing, without taking a turn down the grunge avenue or whatever. They didn't go down that dark, but they kept it real so you could relate to everything they're saying. But they also had that kind of that happy, upbeat comeback story, and I felt like Lady Luck was a little bit of that. He talks about how he's going down the two-way, what is it? I'm going down the two-way street or Lucid Street or whatever it is. But then he comes back around and things get better. And Lady Luck, and all he wanted was some company. They had a way of weaving that good versus evil, and they did it so well. And Lady Luck was just a prime example of doing that. And that's my number 6.
I'll be talking about that later.
All right.
My number 6 is going to have a similar message.
All right.
Talking about, getting knocked down, but getting back.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a great song. Jay, what's your number 6?
Oh, Coming at You Live.
That's a killer tune.
Yes.
I mean, it'd be a great. I've seen Tesla live. I don't know how many times. I don't remember what they opened up with, but this would be like a perfect opening song for a set.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd get anybody into it. Great. Fucking just like everything else Tesla does. Great.
Yeah.
Melodic, simple, straight up hard rock.
And Jay, don't you think that they could have almost segued right into Don't De-Rock Me from these? Because these were both opportunities to showcase the guitar playing and the drumming of some very powerful musicians, brother. So I felt like those two could be put together.
They could. And, like I mentioned, Frank Hannon, I mean, and we've touched on, nobody in Tesla gets a shake for the musicianship they have.
I know.
I mean, Troy is a fucking great drummer. He's a beast.
He is a beast.
Yeah.
I don't think he gets recognized by anybody.
Nope.
But Coming at You Live is the kind of song you see them, if you see them do it live and they nail it, you're like, holy shit, this band is tight. It's just one of those songs you'll sit back and go, God damn, wow.
Yeah.
I remember them playing it live when I've seen them. I just don't remember it being the opening song. I mean, it might have been. It's been shit.
Yeah, I don't think it is. I don't think it is, and I felt like it always should have been, but it just I don't think they did.
If there's a song that's screaming to be a concert opener, it's that song.
Absolutely.
Like that and
Def Leppard, Stage Fright.
Stage Fright.
Yeah.
If you know the song Psycho Circus from Kiss, which that album wasn't all that great, but that's like demands to be the concert opener. Coming at It Live is one of those.
Yeah.
And I've seen them live a ton of times, and they're always fucking on.
Yeah.
I've never gotten done with a Tesla concert and been like, they weren't really on today. Fucking Jeff Keith can sing and never fucking misses shit. It's awesome.
Amen.
Okay. My number 6. Talk about songs where you get knocked down and you get back up. It's Hang Tough off the Great Radio Controversy. And shit, my son was in cross country and he's got track coming up. And before one of his cross country meets this year, I texted him that song because like look at the lyrics. Took a shot to the chin. Looks like you just can't win in this do or die situation. And it's harder than it seems to survive, keep alive, and make your dreams all come true. And then when it gets into the chorus and he's like, hang tough when the going gets rough. And sometimes he's pushing his vocals like much farther than I'm like, no, he's not going to go that far. Yes, he is.
Yeah.
And when he does that, it accentuates the power and the emotion. And like, I just think that's one of the ultimate fucking get back up and get back out there and don't take any shit from anyone. That's one of those songs. Hang Tough. It's my number 6.
I agree.
Talking about that one later.
All right.
So
Fuck, it's stealing my list.
All right. We're moving on to our number 5s. Brian, what do you got?
My number 5 from Psychotic Supper, Had Enough. And this is one of the few songs of them singing about partying, but doing it in a ballsy, kick-ass way. And, I mean, It might be one of their heaviest songs too. They just fucking go all out in this one. But the line, I mean, the more I drink, the more I smoke, well, the better she looks. And honey, that's a whole lot better than before. That line alone gets a spot on the list. That's a killer tune. Easily one of my favorites from that album. Yeah, Had Enough.
What? Oh yeah, Had Enough. Yeah, fuck. Yeah, shit. That's a good song.
Yeah.
I forgot about those lyrics. What was it again? The more you drink, though.
The more I drink, the more I smoke, well, the better she looks.
Yeah.
That's a whole lot better than before. Yeah, been there,
I can
done
relate
that.
to those lyrics, man. I can relate to those lyrics. Okay.
But that's like you guys have been saying, how they are like the working man's band. It's a party song, but it's realistic to how most people party. Not, oh, I'm surrounded by chicks doing a shit ton of cocaine, getting laid left and right. No, it's like, no, I'm smoking some weed, drinking a shitload of beers, and fucking the fat chick. That's pretty much what it comes down to.
Montage clip right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was in my head right when you said it. Yep. Yeah. Well, and I mean, I said it earlier that they're kind of like the fucking heavy metal Bruce Springsteen. You know, the small town.
Except they don't suck.
You know, and Bruce Springsteen's kind of become a big douchebag lately, but you know, that used to be what he represented, like the hardworking, middle class kind of person. That's what Tesla was for hair metal fans.
Well, what was in the album credits, one of their first couple CDs, they kind of had like a backstory of the band members or whatever, or what they wanted everybody to think the backstory was. I remember them saying something about Jeff Keith climbed out of a semi and got on stage. So, yeah, I mean, that would go with the working man's, you know, vision, I guess.
Wasn't it the same thing with oh shit, when Bryan Johnson replaced Bon Scott, went on his audition, he was like, I forgot what he did for a living. It was something weird.
He was in what the hell was it? Doing roofs on cars, like vinyl tops,
working on cars.
glass.
He
I got
kind of
Bryan
went in.
Johnson's book too, and I read it, and yeah, I mean, he was a legit working class guy out of the business from the band he was in before, and he had essentially given up on, you know, music. He has his business; it was successful. Then he gets the call to audition for AC/DC.
But I remember hearing somewhere he went in the audition and was like, let's get this done. I gotta go to work.
Yeah.
He didn't think, he was just like, I gotta work. I got more important things to do than audition for AC/DC.
Right.
Hilarious.
I got a guy on the other line about a set of white walls. I'll talk to you.
Exactly.
And some fuzzy dice.
Yeah.
And something he wants to hang from his mirror too.
That's right. All right. I think we're on Jeremy's number 5.
All right. I'm going to call an audible here, guys. My number 5 was going to be, for obvious reasons, Too Late for Love, but I'm switching it up. You did such a good job, Guru. I'm going to switch it and go with one of my honorables and put it in. Call it what you want. Has anybody brought that one in yet?
No.
Jay did. Okay.
Yeah, that's my number.
I'm just
Oh,
going
you
to
did.
go with
Yeah, you
that.
did.
Yeah, I'm going to go with that song for lyric reasons. My favorite line as a musician, as someone who struggled in the last 10 years to write any new songs, honestly, I'll just be completely honest, but that one line that says, music means a lot to me, like love, I make it when I can. That, as a fellow musician, is so true. It's like you'd love to be able to do it all the time, right? To write a great song or make love, both or whatever. They're kind of simultaneous, but it's not easy. You have to be inspired. You have to work at it. You have to do those things. That song has resonated more than any other lyric in any song ever. So for that reason alone, kind of like you, Bryan, with that other lyric you just had, I'm putting it in as my number 5. So going with that one from Psychotic Supper.
Yeah, that's a good one.
We all do want to make love when we can, and sometimes we try to make love with an actual person too. I mean, okay.
The Guru is alone strumming his guitar by himself.
I'm strumming something. What's up? All right.
Got that fretless bass working.
Penis bass. Down.
They're called veins.
Yeah, exactly.
I can see it now. Bryan's like, but it's so smooth.
It's so smooth, and my hand just glides along the neck.
All right, we're on Jay's number 5.
The closest thing I got to a party-ish title for a song, "Lazy Days and Crazy Nights."
Yep.
Um,
Oh, what a good tune!
I love everything off the whole fucking CD, and like we kind of mentioned earlier, the first 2 CDs you could have a legit top 10 out of each one of them without a problem. But the song is one that nobody really mentions for some reason. I think it's fucking pretty slam.
Yeah,
I'm with you on that. That is a good tune.
it is.
You're right. No one really talks a lot about it. I've had it on my list. It's a great tune.
My brother Brandon and I, we used to always tell Shannon that was his theme song, because he lived it, man. In high school, that sucker would get home at 4 or 5 in the morning. He'd sleep till 2 in the afternoon, shake it off, grab the case of Old Mill Light, and head back out and do it all over again. I mean, that was he was living the rock star life, but not playing music. While Brad and I were playing music, but not living the rock and roll life. So I don't know. We had it ass backwards.
That was like from Spinal Tap when they talking to the drummer, and he's like, "What'd you do without rock and roll?" He's like, "Well, if they have the sex and the drugs, who needs the rock and roll?"
Right. Yeah, exactly. Shannon apparently knew that all along. I don't know.
Shannon, your brother?
Yeah.
Okay.
He still lives that way, man. 50-some years old, and he lives a quarter mile at a time. God bless him. It's awesome.
All right. Okay.
I believe I'd like to hang out with your brother. He sounds like a hell of a lot of fun.
Dude, he's one of the great ones. He is truly one of the greats. You would love him. Yep.
Shit, who just went? Was that Jay?
That was Jay.
Me.
Jay. Okay. My number 5 comes off Mechanical Resonance, and I'm almost surprised this didn't get much higher, especially because I love the ballad type intro to the song Getting Better. Oh, there's that acoustic. First, you get that acoustic intro, whatever. And when they do that acoustic intro, I'm just like, oh, it's not very often that something like that. I could listen to that alone and not hear the song and be fine with it. And then you get into that ballad intro, Fallen Rain Outside My Window, but I'll live on because I know it's getting better every day. Soon the sun will shine through my window. When it's gonna come, no, I really couldn't say. Oh, but I know it's getting better every day. Oh, I love those. And then it kicks in.
Yeah.
And then it becomes a full-on raging rocker. And it's still awesome. But that melodic ballad type intro is what truly grabs me in the song, and that's what makes it my number 5.
Nice.
That's a good tune. That is a really good one. Good pick.
Yes. Shit. Okay. We're on to the number 4s, Brian.
Oh, my number 4. Lady Luck. Just a great song. What the hell is it? I mean, great song about shit luck. That's because you guys had one of you had it before. Let me get the lyrics here. And I guess they had Guru in mind, one of his personal experiences when they had the lyrics. There she stood in living color, standing all alone. So I walked up to her, said, "How do you do?" She said, "I don't." Great line. Oh my God. And it's such a, again, we keep saying how great the album is. Every song is killer. That is a good tune. It's got to be on my list. You guys already said a lot about it. So what else am I going to add to it?
Honorable mention, but awesome song.
Yeah. No doubt.
Shit. Yeah. Okay. All right. Jeremy, what's your number 4?
All right, this is a new one. And Jay, I'm going to piggyback off of you. Another one of those songs from Great Radio that does not get mentioned. But damn, you want to talk about a tune that doesn't match the title? Like you hear the title of this song and you're thinking, oh, it could be a love song, could be kind of cheesy. But then you hear it and it is one of the heaviest frickin' tunes off the album. Especially the offbeat drums and offbeat guitar and the way it builds and builds. Making Magic is just truly its namesake. It is a magic song full of so many riff changes, rhythm tempo changes, and heavy as shit. So that comes in at number 4 for me, Making Magic from Great Radio Controversy. If you haven't heard it in a while, listen to it again. It is just a heavy balls out tune.
Yes, it's fantastic. You know, Tesla always had their slogan, "No machines."
Yeah.
Well, that just gives them guys even more credit because I mean they're pulling off all this shit that others couldn't even attempt.
No, it's exactly right. So ahead of their time, Jay.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yep. Okay, Jay, what's your number 4?
My number 4 is off of Bust a Nut, and it is "Shine Away," which Jeremy had earlier, if I remember right.
Yep.
It was a toss-up between this and The Solution. I love them both. So great, heavy, and if I remember right, this may have been the first. It was either the first or second Tesla album I owned was Bust a Nut. But I remember when it came out, I bought it shortly after. I listened to the shit out of that thing for 6 months. So fantastic album.
Yep. For sure.
I will say this though, in 1994 to call your album "Bust a Nut,"
I know.
It took some balls.
and
Yeah.
I get it. Like on the cover, they put like a nut in a nutcracker, so haha, bust a nut.
Yeah.
But still, it was in 19. And I'm not saying, oh, you got to do what everybody else is doing in 1994. I mean, part of me is like, hey, kind of cool that they were like, fuck it, we're gonna do something that completely doesn't fit in this time. But I still was like, bust a nut.
Which, if you think about it, fits Tesla perfectly because they always did exactly what the fuck they wanted to do in their own way. And
I get that, but I always thought Tesla was just too smart of a band to have that gag kind of.
Agreed.
Little thing I didn't like about
you have
it.
a point.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like
Journey with the Wind.
I get it.
Yeah. But it kind of went with their No Machines, and then they had like a diagram on the back. I mean, so they tried to get scientific with it all, but yeah, Bustin' Up 94 probably wasn't gonna hit
scientific for a cum joke. Got it.
Right, exactly, right.
There hasn't been that many fucking cum or dick jokes later. Fucking you guys, I'm gonna need you guys to help me out here.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Shit. Who just went? Jay, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. My number 4, and this song has been mentioned, and Jeremy talked about the lyrics. I love this. It could have been higher on the list, but it's "Call It What You Want" on Psychotic Supper. And I love because this is 1991, and we're starting to make that change from hair metal, hard rock to grunge. And suddenly everything needed a label. And if you were labeled as 80s hard rock, people were starting to shit on you. But they're like, hey, heavy metal, hardcore, pop, punk, or thrash, you can call it anything. It don't matter to me. Call it what you want. It's all music to me. And, and I really lived that because shit, in 1991, I was starting to get into, 1991, 92, 93. Besides loving hair metal, I was getting into shit like Toad the Wet Sprocket and Soul Asylum and the Gin Blossoms. So I wasn't all metal all the time. And I really never was, though hair metal became like, that's my thing. I mean, that was my first love, but I never bought into the, you gotta, if you like this, you can't like the other shit. And that song really brought out that feeling to me. So I've always gravitated towards it. And so call it what you want. My number 4.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Your musical tastes expand, but you also don't forget about the stuff you liked when you were younger. You're like, I still like this stuff. I'm not throwing it away and putting it to the side. No, I'm still into that.
I mean, I never liked stupid stuff like Baby Got Back or Debbie Gibson, but.
Hey, now.
No,
there's a lot of people that have my back on that shit. So, go fuck yourself. That's good tunes, man.
All right. Okay, fine. Fine
Hey
with
Jay,
them.
another reason you would get along with my brother Shannon. He had Debbie Gibson on his wall, man.
Hey, I put
Mutual
Debbie Gibson
respect
on
to
my
him
wall.
right now.
And it wasn't hung up with tape.
Right?
Right. That's right. He had some other sticky substance for that one.
Oh, there we go. I knew we'd find a way.
All right. Let's move on to our number 3. Brian, what do you got?
Oh, you did your number 3?
No,
No,
I
this-
just did my number 4, and that finished the number 4. So now we're
Okay.
up for 3s.
All right, we just talked about
You're up.
All right, mine is the opening track to Mechanical Resonance, Easy Come, Easy Go.
There you go.
I mean, a killer opener to a killer debut, and basically not only sets the tone for the album, but sets the tone what that band's all about and what it's going to be for the rest of its career. Just a kick-ass rock and roll song. So goddamn good. I thought I had lyrics here. It's going to be annoying to me. Oh, shit. What the hell was it?
Take your time. It's all about you.
Yeah, right? Fuck it. I'm not going to read it then. But yeah, it is just a great goddamn song. I put that thing in that hits you in the face. Just fucking great. It's just great.
Yeah.
Not going to bore you with lyrics. I don't feel like going through it right now.
That like I said, that first album, if we did an episode on fucking, all killer, no filler, I'd be tempted to put Mechanical Resonance in that.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. Jeremy, what's your number 3?
Number 3. This isn't on any album that I know of. So I hope that's okay. It's from a soundtrack. And thanks to you, gentlemen, I had the opportunity to listen to the Warrant version that was submitted as well. And it's freaking great. But they picked the right band. They picked the right song for the soundtrack. And it's Last Action Hero
Oh,
from
good
the movie of the
choice.
same name. Love that tune. The way the chopper noises come in. They have that in the background. And then those freaking riffs. There's Frank Hannon, the underrated guitar player, again, coming up those riffs. And Tommy harmonizing with them as they did so brilliantly on every album they ever released. And they did the same on Last Action Hero. And then they have their powerful gang vocals. It's got every element of Tesla you want. And probably one of the highlights of the movie is just hearing that badass tune for me.
That's a great pick. Oh,
Thank you.
fuck. I forgot.
I forgot.
Yeah, I kind of forget about
that when I was making my list. So my hat is off to you, Jeremy.
Thank you, sir.
It's almost like that chorus kicks in and you can see someone like a Schwarzenegger jumping off a blowing up building and
Totally.
punching guys in the face and throwing grenades and shit. Just kicking
Yeah, for sure.
Movie like that. Yeah.
I will say, though, and I love that song, if you've heard the Warrant demo for their song, The Last Action Hero, which they submitted and it wasn't accepted, it's just a demo, and the fucking demo rocks. I would have loved to have heard that song with a budget and a good producer, because as a demo, it's great. I bet if it was fixed up, it would have been phenomenal. But the song is great. Yep. Okay. Jay, you're number 3.
Oh, another one off a great radio controversy for me is Party's Over.
Yep.
That's a good
Turn
one.
out the lights.
Mm-hmm.
And that is yet another song that nobody seems to really talk about.
Yep.
And it's, wow, it almost was my number 1, actually. It was a coin flip to get my top 4 sorted out. So, just awesome fucking heavy tune.
Yeah. That's a great way to close out a great album.
Yes.
That's another all killer, no filler album, in my opinion. Those first 2 albums are all killer, no filler.
I agree.
Psychotic Supper, I mean, I love there is some stuff where I'm like, okay.
Yeah. The drugs were starting to seep in.
The drugs were coming in. Yep. All right.
I mean,
how much drugs are they doing? Because you look at Motley Crue and the drugs started seeping in with them. We got Girls, which is just fucking used toilet paper of an album. But goddamn, drugs start kicking in. You crank out Psychotic Supper. The drugs are working.
I don't know if like Frank. I know Tommy was big into that drug scene. I think
Tommy was big into heroin. I think Frank was just smoked a lot of weed.
I think he was pretty straight.
Yeah. I think the other guys, like, I've never heard any stories of them being involved in any kind of drugs. So
I thought I heard that Jeff liked a little bit of the nose candy, but I mean,
how couldn't you? You started hitting the scene in '86 and you're not doing cocaine? What?
Yeah.
Yeah, good point.
Exactly. Okay, my number 3, and you had to know it was coming because I love fucking pussy ballads. Ain't that right, Brian?
Mm-hmm, pussy, good.
And it's Love Song, and I did a video earlier in the channel where I talked about my 10, what I said were the 10 greatest hair metal ballads of the genre, and Love Song was, I don't know, it was in that top 10. But I said, you need that, again, that acoustic intro, that, whatever, it's about a minute, maybe a minute and a half, if you know what I'm talking about, acoustic intro. And then all of a sudden that guitar comes in, dan, 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 dan. Oh, and Jeff
What the fuck song are you singing? I know you're talking.
That it's over.
Baby got back.
I did it right. Anyway, Jeff Keith has those gritty vocals, which works really well with ballads. That chorus, "Love will find a way," is undeniable. And it was kind of cool that they just named it Love Song, kind of just, a nondescript title for a fucking amazing song. And it was a huge hit. That album went double platinum. That album sold more than Mechanical Resonance. And I think Love Song was one of the main reasons why.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
it's a great ballad. I'm not going to.
Yeah. I think Great Radio went double platinum. Now I'm trying to, because it was either Great Radio or 5-Man Acoustical Jam went double
I think
platinum.
5-Man Acoustical Jam is their biggest selling album.
I think
it is, because that freaking signs.
Wait, let me find it right now.
Yeah. So I could be wrong. Great Radio.
2 times platinum.
Great Radio?
Yep.
Oh, okay. All right.
Which even that's like, what the fuck, people? What are you doing with your lives?
Yeah.
Buy more copies of this fucking album. It's great.
Absolutely.
Hey, I need to take a piss. Okay, I drink too much coffee and water, so give me.
We saw.
Yeah.
So, are we still recording, guys? Can we put them down and shit right now?
Yes. Say things out of the room and talk about this small.
Can we tell his fans what we really think of them?
Yeah.
While he's off playing with his wee.
That's right. That's right.
I think you guys.
It's his 1-man acoustical jam.
Yeah.
Yep. Tesla is. I don't know. They get so little fucking credit for having such great music.
I know. I don't understand it. I don't.
They're like the least exciting, awesome fucking band you're ever gonna find.
But
Dude,
again,
I couldn't agree more.
You look at, I want to say their first 4 studio albums. That's a fucking great run of music.
Yes.
Oh,
you know?
Yeah. Brian, remember when we made that one with the Resurgence guys and we were talking about Tesla? Every single one of us that was on that was passionately, by the end of it, going, how are we not rating them as one of the best bands ever from any genre, from any...
Well,
I know.
Jeremy, I think me and you were the only ones that gave Bustin' Up much of a due on there.
Yeah. I love Bustin' Up, bro. Love it.
But it's like you can only... What we do, the first 4 albums? No, 5. With 5-Man Acoustical Jam. I mean,
I know
the order doesn't matter. Something's got to be number 5. Something's got to be number 1. It's the way it is. But all of it's quality shit. It's all great.
And then to not put a ballad on here for me was hard because, like he just said about Love Song and a couple others, they're that good. But I knew he'd pick those anyway, so it was like I'm just gonna go with the kick-ass tunes because they're so kick-ass.
Yeah.
So
what's the one from Psychotic Supper? What You Give? That's a great fucking tune.
Absolutely.
And how that wasn't.
Well, I mean, I'm sure we'll do our honorable mentions at some point later. So he'll probably edit this out anyway, since you mentioned he's probably doing a knuckle shuffle on his pistol.
Yeah.
He's going 8 times platinum on himself.
Yep. He mentions the word Love Song, and all of a sudden he's got to use the bathroom.
He's thinking Love Song to himself in there.
Love's gonna find Jergens would come into fucking handy. Insert sponsor logo here.
That's right.
The funny thing is, he's going to see this. He's going to edit this out and have to see what was said. And he's going to hear all this shit, which is great.
Yep.
Well, with that in mind, I got changes on my honorable mentions.
That's a good.
That's almost.
So do I.
I should write some honorables. Hold on.
I mean, if you listen to the acoustic version of it, you could call it a ballad, but if you listen to the album version, not so much.
Right.
I mean, same with fucking Paradise.
Yeah. They did a great job on that one on the acoustic jam.
Hell yeah.
Boy,
hell
they killed that sucker. That was awesome.
But
Just like Guru's apparently doing in the bathroom right now.
Yeah,
What's that, Bryan?
Just for them to go, hey, we're going to make an acoustic album. That alone is just ballsy in itself. But to pull it off like that, holy shit.
That's just like Guru did in the bathroom. Oh, hey, he's back.
I heard you guys talking shit. What, something about me masturbating because I was talking about a ballad or something like that?
You know. The hell
Love was on its way about 2 minutes ago.
Love was on its way, and there it went over my shoulder. What's up? Okay. I might just fucking leave all that shit and make you guys look like a bunch of assholes.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
It's gold.
I don't know. I did have to rip off Andrew Dice Clay in there with the knuckle shuffle on your piss bump thing.
Yep.
Piss bump.
I mean, Dice is fucking awesome.
All right. Okay. We finished up with our number 3s. We're on to our number 2s. Bryan, what do you got?
Oh, my number 2. What did I have? Fuck. Too Late for Love from Mechanical Resonance. I mean, I always you had it before, Jeremy. You like the lines. I can't believe this fucked up world in which we're living in. Still, I do the best that I can. Always got me on the lookout for a getaway. Running hard. I'm a rock and roll man. It's such a kick-ass song. Great rock song. I mean, again, a debut was fantastic. I think, was that the second song from the album? Again, just setting the pace. What the hell that song is about. I learned how to play this song without a pick. And my God, you need stamina to play this thing. Make your jokes, Guru. But holy shit, just him, thumping on that one note, the B throughout the whole solo is like 15 bars. And you're just like,
Hey,
yeah.
I mean, yeah, obviously he's using a pick for it, but still to be able to keep the timing, strumming one note for that length of time, that takes some skill.
Hey,
I mean,
didn't you? I thought you said you learned how to play that song without a dick. I'm like, don't you play all your songs without a dick?
That's a completely deadpan look on Brian's face right there.
Yeah,
I was watching.
I'm waiting for someone else to join in
He
the
didn't
laughter.
fucking
But
move.
that's what you get for giving me shit when I was taking a piss.
this comes from the guy doing his skin flute solo in the bathroom the last 10 minutes.
Bump,
Yeah.
bump, bump,
Hey, Guru,
bump,
you could probably skip your number 2 because I think you just did it, didn't you?
Real funny. Okay.
Yeah, that sounds like a sheep. I mean, did you have livestock in there? I mean, are you?
I did hear some yep.
Only one goat, but it sits funny now.
There
I
were
got
some feral creatures.
You got some Velcro gloves so it sticks easier.
Oh, that reminds me of something.
Wow.
I'll tell you after we get done with this. At the old
Trying to figure out fucking man, I used to be able to make confetti and all sorts of shit happen.
The hands don't do nothing for you anymore.
I think I can do this, but I can't remember.
The hell is that?
Balloons?
Looks like fireworks to me.
I never seen that one.
Yeah, it
before.
was
Remember at the beginning of the channel, that was always happening. Fucking
Yeah, you used to go like this and balloons and stuff. Do this.
Yeah, pisses me off.
No.
It used to just happen randomly.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Jeremy, you're number 2.
All right. Number 2, from Psychotic Supper as well. And you covered this one very well, but I'm going to add just a little bit to it. It is Song and Emotion. Again, one of the greatest tribute songs. I couldn't agree more, because every time he gets into that, and you can hear him play, and he plays that riff that is so emblematic of Steve Clark, your hair on the back of your neck stands up on your arm. You feel like Steve Clark stepped into that studio for that dun 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 dun.
Yep.
You just, I almost get chills right now as I'm saying it. You feel his presence in that very moment of that song, and then it just builds and gets stronger and stronger, and you feel the pain that Steve was feeling in that song. They did such a great job of embodying what he was going through, and what a struggle it was for him to get on stage each and every time. And it was sad because who knows what kind of brilliance could have came out of him had we had him a few more years. But good for you, Tesla. Good for you for capturing the essence of Steve Clark's guitar on that one riff alone. And Song and Emotion just has a special place in my heart because of that.
And my favorite part, I didn't do the lyrics, but I did part of the lyrics, but right before it gets, I think it's right before the chorus, and he goes, and you better run for cover, dan, because it looks like rain, and he just shrieks that line because it looks like rain. Yeah. And I'm like, fuck, just that part right there. That's where I get the goosebumps, along with
absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh shit.
But the thing is, I know you mentioned Clark died in 91. That album was released in 91. There wasn't a lot of time to put a song like that together. At least it doesn't seem like it. And they were able to pump something out like that at such short notice. That's just amazing in itself.
And you kind of wonder if maybe they had the music that was something similar.
Maybe
Steve Clark dies and then they alter, I mean, but yeah, you're completely right. Lyric. Change the lyrics a little bit, add a little bit of who knows. But you're right.
That's a great point.
Yep. Okay. Fuck. Now, Jay, you're number 2.
Modern Day Cowboy. Enough's been said about it already, so I won't add too much more. I just love that fucking opening riff. Badass song.
Yeah. Yeah. Shit. And that was the first single from the album.
Yeah.
And I mean, what a way to announce fucking Here We Are. Oh, that song. Okay.
Yeah. See, I didn't see that video until, 89 or something like that.
Right.
And it wasn't until later, and I was like, "Oh shit!" They actually had stuff from the first album. I had no idea.
Okay. My number 2. I'm shocked I haven't heard this yet, and maybe you guys don't like it, maybe because it's a cover, but I still can't get enough of the song "Little Susie" off Mechanical Resonance, and it was forever before I found out that thing was a cover. It was a song. It was a song by a band called PhD. It was one of the first songs played on MTV when they opened up. So if you go listen, you're like, oh shit, okay, yeah, it's a cover. But I mean, talk about a song that they completely made their own, and it's got again cool acoustic intro. And that fucking now I'm getting into singing guitar parts because Bryan remarked one time how it's cool when I sing guitar parts. So I'm gonna start doing that more.
Cool.
Yeah, cool. And I love that song. When I coach in the morning, that's on one of my playlists. I don't get tired of it. Little Susie, great. It's my number 2.
Cool.
I would have been on my honorables. That was one of the first songs I learned on bass. The part that goes do 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 do.
Yeah.
Do do do.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Shit, I'm just shocked. I'm the only one that's had it so far. So
I kind of was like, it's a cover.
Yeah.
I'll put it in the honorables.
Yep.
Because I mean, you're right. It's a great cover, but I mean, we're gonna talk Tesla. Let's talk about the stuff they came up with, and there's so much good shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I agree. Put it on a list. I can see why you put it on there.
Yep.
That's why I didn't have Signs on my list.
Yeah.
Cover 2.
That's why I didn't have Signs. But again, like Little Susie, I just grew up thinking that was a Tesla song. It wasn't until a long time afterwards that I learned that it was
yeah. I mean, same here. I mean, then again, for me, it was the same thing with Judas Priest and the Green Manalishi. I thought that was a fucking original song for a few decades.
Well, Tesla had that whole covers album, which is really good, actually.
Oh, Reel to Reel.
Reel to Reel?
Yeah, Reel to Reel. They had good covers on that.
Volume 1 and Volume 2.
Yeah, but the one I was thinking of, the Virgin of the Ocean is really good. And they do a song from the Faces that was really good. I can't remember the name of the song now. I can't remember the name of the song on top of my list. But they had some really good ones on that one, on the first one.
All right. We are on to our number 1s. Fucking, I'm dying to hear what you got, Bryan.
My number one, so I already said it already, but Hang Tough.
Okay.
Killer opening to a killer album. It starts off with that simple bass line that just sounds so goddamn tasty. And then the rest of the band comes in. But what Tesla does a lot, and a lot of my songs has this, they will have either an opening bass line or during the lyrics, it's just bass and drums. And then halfway through the first verses, the guitars kick in and it works every goddamn time.
Yep.
And it does it for this too, especially when the two guitars come in and join the bass on that. It's like, oh shit, this is just fucking killer. I got some lyrics here for this one. Let's see here. Took a shot to the chin. Looks like you just can't win this do or die situation. You read these actually, but it's like it's not hard as it seems to keep alive all to make your dreams. I mean, make your dreams come true. It's just so goddamn good. But I also like sometimes love can make you blue. A heartache made just for you. It's so good. It's just so probably one of my. It's easily my number one. Such a great tune.
Yeah. Yep. It's. Yeah, I had it earlier. Fucking phenomenal. So, okay, Jeremy, what's your number one?
Well, I didn't even realize this till this very moment. I did not have Hang Tough on there, and it is absolutely probably one of my top 5, but I wasn't going to change it anymore. I already did an audible. We played that for a gong show, a talent show back in high school, and played it for all of our teachers, all of our classmates, and that song was just awesome. So obviously I love that one. I didn't even put it on honorables. I completely forgot about it. So anyway, I digress. I'm going to go to Edison's Medicine, Psychotic Supper. Again, not going to add a lot to what was already said. I love the on the back of the CD how they crossed off Man Out of Time, and then they changed the title to Edison's Medicine.
Yeah.
Right? Am I right on that? That's the song in which they do that, right? Yeah. And I just thought that was so creative. And then just one more thing to add to that chorus. I think you alluded to this, Guru, how just when you think they can't get any higher, they go a little bit higher on those choruses and just keep going up and up and up. And it's so powerful to see live that you can't help but lose your frickin' vocal cords singing along with it when you're seeing them live. I saw him at Bill Mayhew's, a little intimate gathering in Bismarck, a couple hundred people, and you couldn't hear yourself think with people screaming out that chorus so loudly. And it was just a thing of beauty, guys. And everything they did pretty much was. So Edison's Medicine is my number one.
Nice.
Okay.
Tom Edison was a dick.
Yeah, for sure.
That was in my honorable mentions, but Jay, did you have Edison's Medicine in your list?
It was in my honorables also.
Okay. All right. Jay, what's your number one?
Oh, I'm with Bryan here. Hang Tough.
Nice.
There's no way it can't be number one. That simple bass line, the fucking harmony parts in the guitar solo, the lyrics, the message behind it. It's a song everybody can relate to in some way. Pick your fucking poison of it and worship at their altar, if you will. Fucking phenomenal song.
Yep.
Amen.
Okay. My number one, and I'll admit I expected more. Well, Bryan had it earlier, and I'm gonna fucking sneeze, I think. Give me 1 second. Fucking Charlie's sitting right here and she's shedding like shit. So I pet her, and then if I put my hands up, and then I get fucking dog hair. Okay.
Oh, it's stuck in your mustache?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I grew it back.
Little flavor saver.
My face looked like a baby's ass last episode. Shit. All right. My number one, this has to be, I think it's one of the greatest guitar intros of all time. It's Modern Day Cowboy. And that fucking holy shit.
You riff master tonight.
Oh my God. I wish I could play guitar. Fuck. I wish, man, I never learned any instruments and I can't sing for shit. But that guitar riff is so epic. And those lyrics are so different and original for what you were getting in 1986. The USA, the USSR, like fucking, like that gunslinger shit. unbelievable song. I still can listen to that. I mean, I've listened to it so many times, but if I get sick of it, I just need to take a few weeks off, and it goes right back to being, damn, listen to that guitar riff, listen to those vocals. Man, those lyrics are so cool. Modern Day Cowboy, I knew right away that that was going to be my number one as soon as we decided to do it.
Mhm.
But just those lyrics, like, I mean, maybe a couple of pop bands and a bunch of thrash bands really sang about the threat of nuclear annihilation.
Right.
No other band
Right.
really covered that.
Right.
Megadeth is the first one that enters my
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah.
And Blackened by Metallica, they did it a few times. Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah.
But to sit there and say it's like just two guys ready to go at it, but we're talking nukes now, no one's doing that. No one's doing that.
Two guys ready to go at it. Oh, that sounds like Brian and Jay too. What's up? No, I'm just kidding. All right.
Jealous much?
I'm like, hey guys, what about me?
You have to go to the bathroom again, Duru?
That's right. That's right. Oops, the urge is just fucking there.
He has to go tune his skin flute again.
All right. Honorable
Rock
mention.
tuning.
Honorable mentions. Charlie, please. Fucking she's sitting right here, just won't let me put my hand down on the computer. So, okay.
That's what you call
Brian.
it.
Brian, do you have any honorable mentions?
Everything else by Tesla, basically. But a couple of songs that came to mind, because I didn't have anything until we started doing this.
Sure.
Party's Over was mentioned. I think Did It for the Money is an awesome tune from Great Radio Controversy. Changes is a good one.
Yep.
What You Give and Coming At You Live. All great. Then again, really, how many bad Tesla tunes are there, really?
Yeah.
Yep. Jeremy, do you have any honorable mentions you want to throw out?
Yeah. Modern Day. Definitely on there. Changes Coming At
You
You
didn't
Live
have
and
Modern
Don't
Day
You Rock Me.
Cowboy?
Those were hard for me not to put on there. Cry from Bust a Nut. Love it. Call. Oh, I put Call It What You Want as a audible. So yeah, and like Brian said, anything almost from the first 3 or 4 albums. So damn good stuff.
Brian or Jeremy, you didn't have Modern Day Cowboy?
No, and the reason, dude, is very easy. It's one of my favorite songs by
Okay.
them, but I played it live for so many years. I'm just a little bit tired of it.
I get it.
It still goes over well,
Sure.
but Brian, you know how it is. Jay, you know, it doesn't have the panache that the other ones have because
Oh, I don't know because I
hear-
wasn't in the band. Okay. Make
Yeah,
fun of the
you
guy
know,
from-
There's
yeah,
no
yeah.
panache
You
means.
wouldn't know, Guru, but no, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. But no, and that's why, Guru. That's really why. Andrea even said that. She was like, I can't believe you didn't have that. And I was just like, well, there's too many other ones that have crossed that threshold because
Yeah.
I don't play them live all the time.
Yep. Okay, Jay, you got any honorables?
Yeah, Edison's Medicine, Getting Better, Changes, Rock Me to the Top, Solution, The Gate Invited, Lady Luck, Did It for the Money, The Way It Is, Paradise. And I will add Last Action Hero.
I would
He had
too.
that on his list. Can't believe I fucking forgot about that.
I would have. I just looked at the albums. I would have put it on my list. Definitely, that's a great tune.
Okay. I had Easy Come, Easy Go, Love Me. I thought somebody would have that off the first album. Changes, The Way It Is, Paradise, What You Give, Edison's Medicine, and A Lot to Lose. Those are my honorables. So
Awesome.
with that, we finish up our top 10 on Tesla. Hey, would love it if you go in the comments, let us know what you thought of our list, and then give us your list, your top 10, or however many you want to give Tesla songs. With that, it's time to wrap up, say goodbye to our roundtable members. Brian from the Hairband Basement, always great to have you on, man.
Thanks for having me on. Greatly appreciate it. Always a good time. Find me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at HB Basement. Always talking music there. And check out my show on the Station Head app on Friday nights. Download the app, and you can listen to me on Friday, like I said, or you can listen to previous episodes. I save them all up there. So if you like deep tracks from bands like Tesla and all these other hair metal bands, definitely check it out.
Awesome. Jeremy, my brother from North Dakota, thank you for being on, man.
Hey, always. It's not even a pleasure, man. It's an honor, and I thank you each and every time you give me an opportunity to join one of these. So, and I thank anybody who comments and watches the episodes. So, thank you, and hopefully you'll have me on again, buddy.
Absolutely, absolutely will. Jay from Iowa, thanks for being on, brother.
Always a pleasure, man. Thanks for having me. And stay tuned for some city to city music from me, Jeremy, Bryan, and Ryan, who's absent tonight.
Awesome. Hey, follow me on X at Hair Metal Guru. Check out Hair Metal Mansion on Rock 101 KLOL every Saturday, Saturday from 6 to 8 Central Time. And I will share the link on all my socials. So find us on there. Hey, until the next video comes out, my name is Anthony. They call me the Guru. Take care of yourselves.